All right, guys, so I do want you to know in this video I'm level 54 at the making of the video. However, I did level most of these masteries and or levels through my weapons with a group and or by myself. Now, if you respect right, you are able to grind out these levels fairly decently at a fairly decent rate, and you're also going to get some okay XP as well as really good weapons XP. Because when I started grinding most of these elite mobs, I was anywhere from 4 to 3 levels below their level. And I will let you know now that if you are below level, they are not going to drop you hardly anything. Now, once you hit the level, whether it's 35, 40, 46, or 50, which are the 4 elite levels that you can run into with the areas I'm showing you, that is when you're going to start getting drops from them. You're going to start getting more potions that are equivalent to their level. You're going to start getting gear, blue drops, green drops, white drops. You're also going to get jewelry, all kinds of things. Now, you can also get, from the name bosses, you'll get purples, which it's not unlikely, but it is rare. I mean, it's not super rare, but 9 out of 10 times it's going to be a potion, right? But I just need you to know that it is possible to get epics from some of these bosses. Like even the name bosses in Perryville, I've gotten a level 33 earring or a necklace. I can't remember. The only reason I couldn't use it is because it had stamina on it, which was bugging my character out in both war and combat in general. It made me have an encumbered effect. So I don't know if they're going to fix that on release. Hopefully it is fixed. We'll find out, won't we? But anyway, enjoy the video, guys. If you do enjoy the video, make sure to leave me a like. It'll help me out a lot. And, maybe even drop a subscribe, follow me. I will be streaming this game on full release on the 31st. We are going to do 48-hour streams up until I hit 60. So it'll be 48 hours on. I'll sleep, wake up, 48 more hours. We'll see if we can hit 60 at a decent pace and get maxed out in tier gear. That'd be kind of cool. And then I can just chill, just like you guys, just chilling. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoy it. We'll talk to you in raid and stream. We'll see you soon. All right, guys. So this area is one area that I farmed quite extensively to level up weapons as well as gain XP while doing so. As you guys can see, it's a very big area. There's actually quite a few mini bosses here. And there's even a mini boss up here as well. So there's one here, one right here, and then there's one in the giant tent. I think it's around this area. Oh, no, it's right here. My bad. So those areas you don't want to touch. The dogs give a ton of weapon experience, but they're very hard to kill. But this is one of the areas in which we farmed for the most part. This basically, these would give anywhere from a couple hundred XP per kill. Let's see if we can kill a few right now for you guys. They have a lot of HP. The dogs, at least. You see, we're getting quite a few kills, or quite a few XP per kill, which is nice. And 236 as well. So really good XP. Obviously, we're spec'd for this. We have good gear on. We're doing well. So you guys could do the same thing. Now, what you could do if you have a lower level weapon or item, like say if I wanted to level my ice gauntlets, all I would have to do is bring those, put them on in place of this hatchet, and it'd be good to go. And that's, you basically get half your XP, but you generally want to use weapons that are going to benefit from getting XP. You don't want to use something that's max level unless it's all you have. Like, so when I was doing strength weapons, this is one of the biggest things that we did, right? Is the Great Axe, for instance. This one was a wonderful thing to run with a healer. Same with the Warhammer. We had someone that just had to spec a little bit of focus to heal with, and we would basically use our straight DPS builds and just keep going. The more people you have in the group, the less weapon experience you get. So for me, I'd recommend somewhere around 2 to 3 people max. If you have one that is just a healer, it's still kind of a little slow, but you could do it with someone who has good DPS, and with one healer you'll be still netting quite a bit of XP. And with the lack of quests for in-game, I don't know if that's going to be the same when the game's fully released, because it feels like after I hit 48 or maybe even 46, the quests kind of die off. And then you start to get quests every few levels, but it's only enough XP to give you 3 or 4 bubbles of experience, right? So keep that in mind when you guys are running this game. If you're trying to power level, you're going to have to do repeatables through faction quests in order to power level, or PvP and war. Now, a lot of people wonder about the wars. They're like, well, if I'm level 20, I should be able to get in war. Well, in wars, it's a little different, because the faction the people who own the forts are picking who's playing. And if you're not high level, there's a very high chance you're not going to get picked. And it's probably, you may be a very experienced player at level 20. But the problem is you're missing weapon skills, you're missing, health, and all kinds of other things that would normally help you out in that function of the game. Plus, a lot of guys, especially these guilds, want you to be in Discord. If you don't have access to Discord, you may not be able to even get into some of these wars. Most people should have access to Discord, but you never know, right? So these are just some thoughts, that I wanted to share with you guys. And I'm going to go show you guys all the other lower level elite dungeons. We're not going to farm them. I don't need to. But I will show you how to get into some of them. And some of them you don't even have to get into. You just need to stay on the outside. And these may change over time, especially the level 41 out here in Periville. This one, all the structures are floating in the air. It's kind of interesting. This one's kind of fun too. There's some named mobs there that are very easy to kill. Hatchet for me was the easiest weapon to do these guys, like to play as solo, because I didn't have to spend money on potions, and you really don't have to spend money on potions in this game either. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to cut to each of these areas, and I'm just going to show you where they're located on the map. This is where we are in the lower Sviken, I think that's how you say it. And we'll move on to the next area. All right, guys, so here we are in Brightwood Isle. It's located right here in Brightwood. We are on the Lake Genevieve. I think that's how you pronounce it. There are level 35 elites here. Very, very good XP, especially when you're level 35 and or lower. You can come here around level 30, and you might be able to duo or even do a trio with these guys and do a little bit of work. At this level, at 54, these guys solo will give 74 or 79 weapons XP per. So you could actually even come here at higher levels when you have better gear and do some pretty good work to these guys. Now, these dudes right here with the explosives on their backs, generally all you have to do is hit them once, and then let them get close to you, And he's set himself up. And then boom, easy. Sometimes they give XP, sometimes they don't. So we'll show you guys how much damage, or not how much damage, but how much XP these guys give. Real quick. $79 per kill, not bad. This is pretty much low effort at the level that we're at. So if you wanted to power levels and stuff. Now, the other downside to doing this at this level is that if I were trying to level up a different weapon on my back, what would end up happening is it would have the XP. It might even go lower than half because you're switching back and forth between your weapons. But this is a very, even at level 54, a very promising grind for weapons XP. So keep that in mind when you guys are starting up and playing this game for the very first time. These areas are very, very strong areas to progress your skills faster than most other players. And if you progress your skills, your weapon skills to the max, you're going to have more ability to do different things. You're going to have more passives. It will help you out in in-game as well, and sometimes in PvP. Right now, though, with the way the scaling is in PvP, it may be a little bit different, right? But if you're a lower level fighting a high level and you have all your skills maxed, there's a much... you're going to be in a much better place. We'll just put it like that. Unless they change it as of the release of the game. Alright, so once again, we're going to show you, we'll give you guys a little show on how much XP we can get, even at 54. It's still pretty good. And of course, he won't come to us. $44 and also $44 to our ice gauntlets. So roughly around 88 for a single item. And every mob gives a different amount of XP. So like 88, so it's completely doubles it. Or it doesn't double it, it halves it. So once again, this little island right here in the Cutlass Keys. And we have a couple more to show you guys, which is going to be out here called Perryville. I think this may get fixed up a little bit. A lot of the buildings are floating, as you guys are going to see in a second. And then we also have the Restless Shores. All right, guys, so here we are in Perryville. Perryville is another level 40 instance where it's an open dungeon, I guess you could say. There are elite chests and other chests around the area. Lots of resources to be gathered, as well as elite mobs. Now, these elite mobs are not too hard. This one also has the explosive dudes with the backs that blow up. If you do enough damage to them, they will give you XP when they blow up. And it's full XP, as you're going to see right here. So 44. These guys give 88 XP at my current level. At lower levels, they'll give a little bit more. Same thing here. We got these. We got the explosive guys. All right, so we'll give you. You're doing enough damage when you blow up. I think it's like 20% of their health. Yeah, so it's 66 XP. It's not bad, right? Not bad at all. So there is a boss over here, named boss, Joan, and then there's also another one inside the church over here. The church boss is one of the ghosts. The ghosts are really hard because they have very high mobility. They fly around and they do some crazy stuff. So if you guys come here and you plan on farming those bosses, you can get some rare items. Not this, but I don't have it on me. There's anything that's legendary at level 40 you can pick up from there, as well as, you know, these rare type of epic items. Very rare though, just like I said. I mean, I think they got the level 33 amulet that was pretty good. Unfortunately, it's bugged because in the current state of the game, in the beta, the amulet is amazing, but it gives extra stamina, and for some reason there's a stamina bug that just destroys your game whenever you have it equipped. It makes it to where you can't dodge. It makes it look like you're like overweight or encumbered. It's very weird. And we're gonna go hop into the next one, guys. This is also in Weaver's Fen. I didn't mention that, but I'll show you again. It's out in Weaver's Fen, right next to Sodden's Whale. All right, guys. So this is our next stop right here. This is Verdant Ascent. Now down here you have the depths, which a lot of you guys will probably be spending a lot of time in. You can get some pretty decent weapons from here. However, there are weapons that if you are a great axe user and or, you know, any of the above, a great axe user or a fire staff user, you're going to get level 51 variants or weapons later on down the road that are going to be better than what you get from the depths. However, you can find a bunch of cool stuff in there, like jewelry and other things that are totally worth grinding for. Now, back to what we were here for. Eridanus. Now, this is another open world area, level 46. I recommend 3-man groups for fast clearing. You can do it with 2-mans. As long as someone's a healer or you're using a hatchet, you're going to do well here. The hatchet has a very good heal over time effect, and slashing weapons and fire weapons do very good against these guys. So we're going to go ahead and skip all these mobs. These are all elites, all 46s. I'm going to show you guys how to get in to the inside, which requires 100 wood cutting. Once you get inside, the mobs are definitely worth farming in there. There's also a boss mob. Look at that, 123 to fire. So that means that when we hit this guy with 1, 2. So 61 to fire, 61 to ice. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Alright, let's see if we can just rush up here. Skip all the mobs. Show you guys what's in the entrance. So there's actually 4 elite chests in this area. There's 1 under here. Requires you to cut through the trees. There's 3 inside here. Actually, there might even be 4 inside the main compound. God, potato right now. Alright, 1 2 3  4 5 6  7  8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 1 5 stacks. Nice. All right, so see these trees are growing through. They're blocking the actual doorway. There's 2 defenders and a shaman inside. I would show you guys, but it would make me have to take much longer to get through here. Now, these require 100 wood cutting. You only need to cut this one right here to get in. But if you're farming this wood, this is a great place to farm this wood because there's so much of it. There's also another entrance, which is the iron wood, which is very hard to get to. You need 165 for that. Super good XP. Now, usually it's not this dark. I don't know why it's this dark right now. See, there's an elite chest here. There's an elite chest down there. There's one right there, and there's a bunch of small ones. There's also a boss inside here with 2 shamans. You want to kill the shamans first. The boss is a rogue, so he flies everywhere while just wrecking house. This is a very good place to get experience. Granted, we're at 54. I needed it. We'll try to get another level here. We'll show you how effective this is. Honestly, this is better than the 50 area. You're probably wondering, how am I taking so many hits from these guys? Well, we are actually in full plate, and we out-level them a little bit. However, they still hurt. And it looks like we got us an add-on. They're aggroing through the floor. Bark flesh. That's the first time I've seen that. So, very interesting. Good stuff, right, guys? So, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on Twitch. That's where I will be streaming this once the game is fully released in its entirety. See you guys soon.